Hi, I'm Sonya White Jaguar. Welcome to this edition of White Jaguar Wednesdays, my semi-monthly series where I discuss spiritual subjects inspired by your questions. Today is part 4 of the series I've been doing where I'm answering the question that someone had asked who was looking for more techniques to help prepare for connecting with spirit and being able to see and hear them. They asked, is it something that you have to open or turn on in a certain way? How do you train yourself to have more experiences across the veil? If you missed any of the first 3 videos of this series, be sure to go back and watch those because I did share a variety of techniques that you can try. What I'd like to do today is introduce you to some specific guides who are willing to help you. Sometimes when we first start this kind of work, we might ask our own spirit guides to help us, or we want to connect with a loved one on the other side who maybe has recently passed, and they don't always want to be acknowledged. They don't always want to connect with us and share messages in a very overt style. Some prefer to work incognito and stay in the background and not be acknowledged. Some spirit guides don't even like to reveal their names. So that can be frustrating if you're first starting out. So what I'd like to do is introduce you to 3 guides who work very actively and overtly with me, love to make their presence known, and truly love to do this kind of work and help people to open up. I asked all of my guides who would like to come in today and make their presence known and share some healing energy with you to help activate your heart and throat chakras to help you open up. And 3 of them volunteered. So I'd like to one by one introduce you to them and give you the opportunity to feel their energy. I'm going to share with you a message that I channeled from each one of them. And while I'm reading it, they will work on you and send you healing energy to activate your heart and throat chakras. So you can see if you feel them. And then if you'd like to continue working with them after you watch this video, you're more than welcome to continue to work with them. They're wonderful guides. I love all of them. So the first one should come as no surprise to you. That's Alan Rickman, the British actor who died back in 2016. I've been talking about him regularly in these videos. I have an altar for him behind me here. I've shared many channeled messages from him, both in these videos as well as in writing. And so he really needs no introduction. He loves doing this kind of work with people. So what I'd like to do is invite him in first to work with you. He really does, like I say, love to be acknowledged. Many of you have written to me and said that you've had experiences with him and you feel him very strongly in your lives as well. So he's a great guide to begin with if you're just opening up. So what I'm going to do is share with you a passage from a book that you might have read already. It's free on Wattpad, Alan Rickman on Love, a channeled commentary. He shared a lovely message about how he works as a guide. So I'm going to first invite Alan in and read this while he's working on you. So I'm going to ask Alan Rickman, the British actor who died in 2016. Alan, would you please come forward and project your essence into this space and share healing energy to everyone who's watching this video to help activate their heart and throat chakras to assist them on their spiritual journey at this time, all in the highest and best way. Thank you very much. Okay, here is a message from Alan Rickman. I want to tell you how I operate as a guide. I feel the heart of every soul I work with. Let me tell you how it works. I do it through love. I think about the person I'm connecting with, then there's a download of sorts, like a compendium of knowledge that is available to me about that person, their key lifetimes, their goals, their lessons, people they are going to meet, overarching themes and the like. I know ahead of time what their aim is and what my duty is. It's all quite clear from the first moment. But then comes the hard part. It is all about lessons. Lessons in consciousness and lessons about love. I'm teaching how love works and how love guides us all. There are ways to make my work easier all around. I like knowing in advance certain things. If people grant me permission early on to look at their life from a guide's perspective, I can do more. If all they do is ask for my help to heal a wound or find a job or the like, it's much harder. When I can see the lesson or lessons that person is working on, it's much less difficult. Grant me permission to see the lessons for your incarnation, and I can go much deeper as a healer and guide. Okay, thank you very much, Alan. I always appreciate your messages. I hope that you were able to feel him. Even as I was reading that, I could feel him. I could feel waves of energy in the room. So I hope that you felt him. He has a very loving presence, a very strong, charismatic presence. Okay, so Alan, I know that you're familiar with. Now I'm going to talk about two other guides who you may not be aware of, and they're wonderful guides as well. So the first one is a gentleman named Chico Xavier. He was from Brazil. He did most of his work, spiritual work, in the 20th century. He died in 2002 at the age of 92. He channeled, believe it or not, close to 500 books. He was an amazing medium and author. He was absolutely beloved in Brazil. I had never heard of him while he was living. I found out about him through the Reiki Center where I work. A few years back, there was a gal, I met her, she was originally from Brazil. She was doing healing work, and she came in with a special healing bed. And I did a series of sessions with her. She would come in and rent the space for maybe about a week, every month, every other month, something like that, for a good year or so. And so I did a number of sessions with her, and she channeled a number of people, and one of them was Chico Xavier. He came in during the sessions. He helped to open up my throat chakra so I could do this kind of work. And he's been working with me ever since. He's shared many messages with me over the years. He's a very loving guide, and he has a very different energy than Alan. He has a much softer energy, I think because he was a writer in this life. He's more introverted. He has a very humble energy, but very loving. And this is a picture of him that I printed off the internet. I believe that this was a record jacket. He, like I said, he did a lot of channeling, and I believe that this was from a record that was like of his recordings when he would share channeled messages. So there's a lot of material out there on him. I'm going to drop links below where you can go do some more reading about him. And he was actually nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. Some of his channelings were even admissible in court, which is really amazing. You don't hear about that, here in the Western world. But like I said, he was very beloved. Even when he died, there was a huge procession. People paid their respects to him after he died. What he did too, people would write to him and say, "Someone just died recently. Could you tune in and share a message, with me from a loved one on the other side?" And he did that for like 10,000 people. He wrote 10,000 letters to people when they asked for him to do that, and he never charged. Even with his books, he donated all the proceeds to a foundation that he had started that taught people about the afterlife and reincarnation and the fact that we are eternal beings and stuff. He was really amazing. His life was 100% devoted to spiritual work. So he's an outstanding guide, and I definitely encourage you to work with him to help you to open up, because he was a natural in this lifetime. He started doing this when he was a child in this lifetime. So again, I will drop links below where you can go look him up. Not only does he have books on Amazon, but if you Google Chico Xavier free books, there are some people out there who are offering his books for free. You can actually download them. I've read a number of his books, and that also helps me. Reading his books helps me connect with his energy too. So I encourage you to do that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and invite Chico to come in now and share healing energy with you. And while he's doing that, I'm going to share a message with you that he gave to me to share with you. So I'm asking for Chico Xavier, the Brazilian author and medium who died in 2002. Would you please project your essence into this space, make your presence known, and share healing energy with all of the viewers of this video to help activate their heart and throat chakras, to assist them on their spiritual path at this time, all in the highest and best way. Thank you very much. Okay, Chico Xavier. Greetings from my world. I would love to work with you to show you how to lift the veil and how we work here on the other side. I've been doing this for a long time, many centuries in different incarnations. I enjoy this work, helping people tell the truth, because it's essential for human growth and understanding. The earth plane is only one plane of existence. When you understand that you come from the higher plane, you can integrate higher knowledge into your daily life and you don't have to suffer. I can't promise that all suffering will cease when you awaken your higher sense perceptions, but you will gain an understanding of the meaning behind the tribulations so you can overcome them with grace and ease. Decision making becomes easier, and helping others also becomes more natural. We don't incarnate to suffer alone and live our lives on an island, as it were. We come to be of service and help one another. So I can help you awaken to your innate nature and awaken the possibilities that lie within you to be the best version of yourself you can be. Thank you very much, Chico. I hope that you felt him while I was reading that. Okay, so the third guide who is willing to help you is a woman who lived in the 7th century. She was Mayan, and her name is Lady Sak Kuk. Unfortunately, because she lived so long ago, there's not a lot of information about her. And this is a picture that was taken from a stone carving in the area where she lived. She was a high priestess and queen of the city of Palenque, which is in southern Mexico in the state of Chiapas. Now, she was the mother of a very famous king named Pakal Votan. You might have heard of him. What I'm going to do next is show you some additional information that if you've seen anything on the Mayans, this might ring a bell. I've been studying with a Mayan shaman named Miguel Angel Vergara for the last decade or so. And the woman that works with him, Trudy Woodcock, she channels Lady Sak Kuk. And she's been working with Lady Sak Kuk for, I think, more than 2 decades. And I've been working with Lady Sak Kuk since my first trip down to Palenque, which I think was in 2012. And she comes in periodically. And the last 3 years, Trudy Woodcock has been sharing weekly channeled messages from Lady Sak Kuk. She's become a lot more active. And if you're interested, and if you feel a connection with Lady Sak Kuk, you want to know more, I'm going to drop links below where you can check out Miguel Angel and Trudy's work. And you can join the Maya Wisdom Circle, where Trudy channels the messages every Wednesday via Zoom. I never miss them. I listen to the recordings. Just last year, they published this book together called Maya Goddesses: The Return of the Maya Priestesses. They have a lot of information in here, especially about Lady Sak Kuk. Like I say, if you feel a connection with her, I encourage you to get this book. And the site, Palenque, this is a very, very famous site. And this might look familiar to you. This is the Temple of Inscriptions, and next to it is the Tomb of the Red Queen. Lady Sak Kuk's energy is very strong in the Tomb of the Red Queen. That's where I first made contact with her. I did a meditation in that site. I've been to Palenque a few times, and I feel her energy very strongly in there. And Trudy also has said the same thing. This is a very common place to go to connect with Lady Sak Kuk. Unfortunately, they don't let you into the Temple of Inscriptions anymore. This is where the famous king, Pakal Votan, was buried. And I'll show you the famous lid of the sarcophagus that was uncovered. Lady Sak Kuk is the mother of Pakal Votan. So that's who she is. So if you've seen these images before, this is believed to represent Pakal Votan, just as he enters the afterlife after this life and begins his journey on the other side. You can see him seated on top of like a monster-like face, and the tree of life, the cross, is above him. And there is a series of astronomical symbols around the outside edge of the sarcophagus. Unfortunately, like I said, you can't go in and see this in person, but what they did was they created a replica in the museum at that site of Palenque. And I've been to the museum, I've seen the replica. It's really something. You see that, these big structures, and you feel that energy, and I mean, there's no mistaking, the energy of these people. So of course, I don't expect you to get on a plane, and go down to Mexico, but you can read the books, you can do the research online, and you can connect through the photos. And I would actually encourage you to do that as you continue to work to open up. Do that with photos. Look at photos of different places around the world, either in Mexico or other ancient sites, and tune into them. See what you can get. See what you can feel. That will also help you to develop your higher sense perceptions. So with that, what I'd like to do is invite in Lady Sak Kuk and share a message from her. And so I'm going to ask Lady Sak Kuk, the Mayan queen of Palenque from the 7th century. Lady Sak Kuk, would you please project yourself into this space and make your presence known? Send healing energy to everyone who is watching this video to help activate their heart and throat chakras and assist them on their spiritual journey at this time, all in the highest and best way. Thank you very much. Now here's a message from Lady Sak Kuk. I'm willing to help you achieve your dreams. I know you have questions and you're looking for guidance. I agree that the way ultimately leads to the heart, and I can guide you there. There really is no other way. I can help you open your heart to the truth within. I can show you a glimpse into humanity's past, the way of the priests and priestesses, and the harmony of the divine feminine and divine masculine. I know this is desperately needed at this time. I'm willing to serve you to help bring humanity into balance. I lived long ago, but I'm still in touch with your world through the spirit of nature and the divine feminine. I know the scent of flowers and the rush of water on the skin. I can relate to you because I am still living in every tree branch, in every rose petal, in the gifts of nature. I can help you awaken your eyes and ears to hear and see the unseen world around you. So thank you very much, Lady Sak Kuk. So I hope that you felt her energy. She has a very strong feminine energy, and she has a very strong connection with nature. When I've worked with her, those are the kinds of messages she shared with me, where she shows me how she works with nature and how to make those connections with the water and the plants and so forth, and buildings and structures too, and get readings. So she's very strong. Even when I was practicing to record this video today, I felt her presence very strongly in the room, and I felt my heart chakra activated. So I hope that you felt her, and I hope that you felt everyone. I hope that you feel inspired to work with each one of these guides and do a little bit more research about them, because they're all very interesting individuals. So with that, what I'd like to do now is close this session by sharing my own energy with you. So you've now felt 3 different spirit guides projecting energy. So now you can experience a physical person sharing energy. So go ahead and just make yourself comfortable, and I'm going to go ahead and basically seal in the energy that they shared with you. So I'm going to start with the heart chakra and send some healing energy to your heart chakra. Now I'm going to move to the throat chakra. I'm going to seal you up with love and light. So I hope you felt that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this series was helpful to you, and I would love to hear from you afterwards to see, did you have an experience with each of these guides? Did you feel their energy? Are you working with them? Please feel free to comment below or email me at SONYA@SONYAWhiteJaguar.com. I love hearing the comments from people and seeing what experiences that you're having. Please keep your questions coming. I've got more questions to answer in future videos. Next, I'm going to be talking about crystals, and Alan Rickman said that he has some additional advice that he would like to share with you about crystals, besides what he shared in an earlier video. So I hope that you'll join me for the next video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.